This October, we mark the 33rd anniversary of Black History Month in the UK. I'm incredibly proud to support this fantastic celebration of Black history and culture. We have so many inspiring people of African and African Caribbean heritage in Britain and in Orpington, making our school a richer, more vibrant place. Black History Month gives us an opportunity to celebrate the huge contribution Black people have made and continue to make. Earlier this year, I was proud to set up an Equalities Working Party in Harris Academy in Orpington to make sure we're working to put equality and diversity at the heart of everything we do. Black History Month is valuable because the history is not just a Black story, but a British story and an Orpington one too. So let's use this year's Black History Month as a great opportunity for us all not only to reflect on our past and how far we've come, but to celebrate and to look forward to the next exciting chapter of Black history. You will see in this assembly today many staff sharing their Black history heroes, and my challenge for everyone this month is to find your own Black history hero and share their story with others and with your teachers.
Protests from large sections of the British population, your government is prepared to continue supporting the racism and repression that the South African regime represents.
That the said Diane Julie Abbott has been duly...
So, a very good program.
Who's your Black history hero?
Hello everyone, my Black history hero would be Michael Jordan. Not only is he an incredible athlete, but it was only recently that I learned that he lost his own father through a senseless act of violence when he was very young. And because of this and all the protesting over Black Lives Matter, a very, very worthwhile cause, he actually donated $100 million of his own money towards the campaign. So I just think he is a hero of our generation and the generations to come, and he's a great, great athlete.
So who's your Black History Month hero?
My Black History Month hero is Lillian Bader.
Could you tell us a bit about her?
Yes, Lillian Bader, she was from Liverpool. Her mother was from Ireland and her father was Bayesian. She was the first lady to become part of the RAF, and she also was fighting during World War II.
And why is she an inspiration to you?
She's an inspiration to me because I do see sort of a lot of myself in her in terms of resilience. I had the opportunity to work with the Royal Signals for 2 years, so I did that in the reserves, and even though I found it difficult, I still sort of strived and I pushed myself. And Lillian Bader, she went through several obstacles. The colour of her skin was also an issue for her, but despite that, she still fought hard, and she's well respected even up until today.
Brilliant, thank you. So who's your Black history hero?
Jesse Owens.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Jesse Owens was a black athlete who competed for America in the 1936 Berlin Olympics. Not only was he competing against Hitler and his Aryan Supreme race, where he won the gold medal in the 100 metres. But unfortunately, when he got home, he was applauded as a hero, only to later be looked down upon because of being a black man in America at the time of huge racial disparity.
And why do you think he's your hero?
Simply for overcoming so many different adversities, not only within his own country, but within a country that was about to go to war, and rising above it and acting the way you should do with moral integrity.
So who's your Black History Month hero?
My Black History Month hero is Malcolm X.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
So Malcolm X was an activist who fought for the rights of black people during the civil rights movement alongside Martin Luther King.
Why is he an inspiration to you?
Because I think Malcolm X is someone who realised when he converted to Islam, he realised that he didn't follow the correct way, and he changed his way when he went to Mecca, and he saw that there were people from all around the world, different skin colours, but they were all equal in his eyes because they were all following the same thing as him. He felt like they were family, and he brought that back to America, and that made his fight in the civil rights movement even stronger, because he wanted the fairness and equality for people of colour, not just the people that were from America.
My Black History hero is Toussaint Louverture. Louverture was a Haitian, and in the 1800s Haiti was part of the French Empire. He led a revolution, a slave rebellion that managed to take over Haiti and kick out the French and create the world's first free black republic. I think it's inspirational because his story shows us that even though you might be facing impossible odds, you can always try and you can always succeed and change the world while you're doing it. So who's your Black History hero?
Serena Williams. Serena Williams was the former #1 female tennis champion. She's won more Grand Slam titles than any other female tennis player at 23 Grand Slams. 3 years ago, she had a baby and returned to tennis only a few months later to get to the final of Wimbledon. Because she completely revolutionised women's tennis, she showed that women can play just as powerfully as men, and has made a real name for women's tennis around the world.
My Black History hero is Roger Arlina Young. She was the first black woman in the US to get a PhD. She was a zoologist, and she got that in 1940. That was at a time when there was segregation and all of that. And she went through a lot, but she didn't just stick to academics. She was actually concerned about the plight of her people, and as a result of that, she suffered. In about 1943, I think it was in the 1940s, she was actually arrested because she refused to give her seat up to a white man, and she was dragged from the bus and put in a police car, but then some of her friends paid her fine. Eventually she was blacklisted from being a professor at the universities in the South, and she had to go to a little known university to teach, so she ended her days in obscurity, but I admire her for standing for her principles.